In today's video, I want to show you a really cool way of shifting the way you breathe to bring relief. If you have any kind of sensitivity, herniated disc, bulging disc, you're trying to navigate life post-surgery, such as a fusion, there is a right and a wrong way of breathing, and that's while you're just chilling at work, it's while you're Netflix and chilling at home, or it's while you're actually exercising. I want to give you this shift in the way you breathe to bring relief, but also to empower you to have more of a long-term relief strategy. There's an element to this video that's going to be about exercise. Now, you've got to make sure that what you're doing is not keeping you in pain or going to be causing more pain down the road, which is why I want to encourage you to go grab the free guide. It's a pain-free training blueprint. You can get it at fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. It'll walk you through all the things that you should be doing and should not be doing when it comes to herniated discs, bulging discs, or even some kind of life after surgery and you're trying to navigate exercise so that you can get out of pain. You can get it at fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. When it comes to breathing and chronic pain, typically what happens is we get into these stressful environments or these patterns of breathing or patterns of just our lifestyle, which is basically just living and trying to survive with our pain or fears or uncertainties about what we're going through. And our breath is directly impacted. And oftentimes you hear about people who are like chest breathers, right? What happens in a stressful environment or just trying to navigate pain, or if you have back pain and you're constantly trying to protect yourself from moving and thinking about it at work, is our breath becomes shortened. So it goes from where it should be breathing into to just our like neck and chest, where we're taking these very shallow mouth breathing type of strategies where we're just, and we almost like are slowing our breath down and we're keeping it between our neck and basically our chest. And that's not where we want our breathing to come from. The first step in really understanding whether you even have a breathing issue is to just kind of tune in and see what's going on. What I suggest people do is to take the next 3 days, don't hyper focus on it, don't try to change it, don't try to do what's right, just breathe normal, but try to find ways to bring your attention over to your breath while you're doing just normal activities. This could be at your desk, could be watching a movie, it could be washing the dishes or vacuuming, whatever you're doing. Are you breathing into your neck and chest? Is it a very shallow mouth breathing type of strategy? Or are you breathing deep? Because odds are if you're not breathing deep enough, or if you're not using the full capacity of your lungs and your diaphragm, you're missing out on a lot of opportunity. So there's two ways that I approach improving the way we breathe. There's a non-contracted way and there's a contracted way. The non-contracted way is more of just like relaxation type of stuff, right? You're not in a situation where you're trying to like lift anything or exercise or do anything that involves like contracting anything. What I want you to do is get into a comfortable position. It could be at your desk, it could be in your bed, it could be on your floor, on your back, on your stomach, whatever it may be. And I want you to think about breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. That's the first pattern that I want you to kind of connect your mind to. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Now, there's other strategies where you can just do nose breathing. That's a whole nother video in itself. But for now, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now, the second part of this is how deep are you breathing? What I want you to do is stop breathing into your belly. We are not trying to and like stick out our belly, fill our stomachs with air. We're not trying to do that. What we're trying to do is expand our rib cage. So think about here. You can kind of put your fingers where the base of your ribs are, and that goes all the way around to your spine. So what I want you to think about is when you're breathing in through your nose, again, you're relaxed. We're not bracing or bearing down. We're just relaxing. We're trying to take that breath. And as we're breathing, instead of just dumping it down into and out in our stomach, we're going to go and expand from our ribs. So if I was pushing here at the base of my ribs, watch my fingers. Watch my stomach. And you can even get to the point where you're practicing this, that you are actually expanding the back of your rib cage. That is the first strategy that you can do in a non-contracted area. Now, the other way I like to apply breathing is in a contracted situation. So oftentimes this is during exercise. I like to start this when it comes to core strength, core endurance, core coordination. When you're trying to train this element of just your body and support structure, I like to train the breathing as well with the core contraction and bracing. How you do this is simple. What you're gonna do is get into a comfortable position. From here, what I would have the person do is take a quick breath out, and that's going to brace and contract what's going on here in your stomach. From there, that's when we're gonna shift gears and we're gonna go in through our nose and we're gonna fill and try to expand this same rib cage off to the side and even off towards into the floor. And we're gonna follow that same routine, except this time we're braced. So the habit that we're trying to create with this is as you're exercising, you're not just holding your breath, you're not just bearing down and trying to squeeze, but instead you're allowing your breathing to continue while you brace. Stop holding your breath, stop protecting and just contracting to keep things safe. Instead, quick breath out, and then you're gonna breathe into the base of your ribs and exhale. And this is actually a really tough exercise, especially if your diaphragm and your lungs are not really strong and you're so used to shallow breathing. Having that contraction, that restriction to where how much you can expand, and then you're trying to bring in enough air to bring your ribs out from the side, bring your ribs out from the back, while maintaining a good contraction is super tough. Then take it a step further and add some kind of core element to it. So quick breath out, I'm bracing, I'm breathing. And I'm gonna add an element to it where my pelvic floor has to stay on, my brace has to stay strong, my pelvis has to stay in a good position. And not only that, but I have to maintain the inhale and exhale of the breathing. That's how you level up. That's how you make things harder, but it's not just making things harder, but doing things correctly. So you're training the body as a system to work together. So what type of breather do you find yourself leaning more towards? Are you more of that chest and neck breather, or are you able to breathe into the ribs, both from the side and the back, without being exhausted, without having any kind of issue? It's tough. It takes practice, and it's a habit that you might have to break. And you want to apply this both in a non-contracted, just a relaxing type of environment, so you can kind of just let things be loosey-goosey, and as you're breathing you can kind of work on that. But you also want to do it in an active environment, so you're strengthening your core, you're vacuuming the house, and you're bracing and you're breathing at the same time. Not shallow, but really trying to push that air down to your ribs. If you want to learn how to do the exercise portion of that correctly for your sensitive back, be sure to grab that free guide, fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. It's everything you need to start exercise, to make your exercise harder, to make it more challenging, but also keeping it safe and protecting what is sensitive in your body. fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode.